Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to have two videos up. One's going to be my favorites in beauty and skincare, and the other I decided I'm going to start doing my favorite monthly favorites videos in two parts. Another's going to be favorite fragrances. Usually I only touch on really quickly the favorite fragrances, but I kind of want to go a little bit more into it because I always feel like I'm choosing which is my favorite child, and I always have more than just two or three. I have usually a few that are like in monthly rotation that I kind of always grab for and love. So I'm going to share with you guys in this video my favorite fragrances for January that I've just been gravitating towards and wearing a lot and really loving. And then another video later on this evening is going to be my favorite beauty and skincare. So if you're interested to see my favorite fragrances for January 2017, keep watching. I'm already not being very articulate and babbling and mincing up words. If you watch my videos, you know to expect that I say the wrong things, I say them in the wrong order. It's just I'm not very articulate, especially with the camera, so you'll have to excuse me for that. So, January fragrances. Alright, if you guys don't know, and this is one of your first videos of mine that you're watching, I live in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The weather here is drastically different than the rest of the United States, even northern Florida. It is very hot, very humid and muggy, and if it gets cold, it's usually like 65 degrees. So my choices for fragrances that I would wear for me and my favorites are going to be particular to this climate, but generally if I'm making recommendations for you guys, I'm making recommendations if I were traveling to an area that was cooler and fragrances I'd like to wear. So it's more for everybody and less for me specific. But my favorites this month are me specific fragrances. These are the fragrances that I've really been loving. Now this month I've been sick. For the past few months. I'm not going to go too much into it because I don't know if you guys care. It's nothing life-threatening, nothing crazy, nothing horrible. I just get very nervous and anxious, and I get a very nervous stomach. So I tend to stay at home most of the time unless I have business or travel that I have to do. So these fragrances really were more of my kind of grab-and-go, comforting, energizing fragrances that just kind of lift my mood and make me feel happy. Mostly because this is how I was figuring I was going to be wanting to go with my fragrances this January, February, March, because it didn't seem like it was going to be cold at all. It seemed like it was going to be really hot. So generally in the heat and humidity, I like to wear brighter fragrances. I like to wear things that are a little bit lighter and brighter and fresh. I tend to go for citruses and fruity fragrances. It's just usually what I gravitate towards in the hot, humid weather. So all of these fit that category of light and bright and fruity and a little bit floral. So anyway, enough of my complete babbling for what is it, like 3 minutes now. Let's get to the fragrances. And these are in absolutely no particular order. The first one I want to talk about is Mon Parfum from Micallef. This is a newer one to my collection. I picked it up last year in December, so like a month and a half ago. This is just a beautiful one from Micallef. If you've heard me talk about this when I did my 24 days of fragrance and when I did my reviews and my haul of this fragrance, and whenever I mention it, I always say this is basic done right. And I'm always going to talk about that whenever I do these videos because I don't expect people to have watched all my videos to know what I mean by basic. What I mean by basic is an everyday scent that's not exotic. It doesn't have anything crazy or quirky or outlandish in the notes. It's a very easy, simple scent depending on what you'd wear. Another example of a basic fragrance to me would be like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, or like Marc Jacobs Daisy, or fragrances like that that are very easy to interpret and easy to wear. Now, basic done wrong can just not be very inspiring and just can smell pretty, but not something that you're excited to wear. For me particularly, I want to get excited to wear a fragrance, even if it's one of my grab-and-go fragrances. Now, my grab-and-go fragrances are the things that I just kind of grab. I don't really even think about it. Spritz on my body and leave. I have an entire video of my favorite grab-and-go fragrances. I will link that below. But what I love about this fragrance is this is basic done right. The quality of this juice is outstanding. It's flirty, it's floral, it's fruity, it's not light, but it's not heavy. It's just a perfect mixture of elegant, sophisticated, classy, and fun and youthful, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. I think this is age appropriate for anybody in their 20s to could be 90 years old and wear this, so it's really fantastic in that way that just you could wear this at just about any age. It is way more on the feminine line. It is a feminine fragrance, but I know that there's a lot of gentlemen out there that love feminine fragrances, and if you're one of those, I think this would smell very beautiful on you too. It just makes me smell like I could go, or makes me feel like I could go anywhere and be appropriate. If I was going out to a friend's house, going out to lunch, going shopping, going to a meeting, going to a conference, doesn't matter, I would smell beautiful wearing this, and that's why I really like it. It's a very effortless fragrance while still being very elegant and feminine. I just really wanted to smell feminine lately. It's beautiful. I love it. So yeah, this is Micallef Mon Parfum. The next one is probably the fragrance I was most excited to purchase recently because I've been obsessed with it. And it's Neroli Portofino from Tom Ford. This is the exact definition of what I want to smell like in the spring and summer. If you guys know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about like citrusy and bright and sophisticated and luxurious and expensive but effortless, this is the perfect definition of what I want to smell like. It's sweet without being crazy sweet. It's almost candy-like, but it's not, which I think is really, really I can't even say words, spectacular. This is pretty much what I will squirt on my body. You know, I feel weird saying the word squirt, but sometimes I say squirt instead of spritz. This is what I will spritz on my body if I'm just sitting around the house working on the computer and I want to smell beautiful and fresh, especially when it's 85 degrees out and it's super humid and there's no clouds in the sky and it's just a sweaty, gross mess. This just cuts through the humidity and just energizes you and brightens you up, and it's gorgeous on men or women. Again, age appropriate, pretty much any age. It is fantastic and I love it, and I'm really glad to have this. In fact, the only reason why I got this small bottle of it, the 50 milliliter, is I was originally going to get the big one, like the 8.4 ounce one, but I also want to get Neroli Portofino Aqua and Neroli Portofino Forte. And so I want to go through all three of those before I decide which one of the big bottles I want to buy. But I will definitely be getting one of the giant bottles of them because holy crap, is this fragrance gorgeous and perfect for me. Lastly, I'm going to talk about Clementine, California. I love this fragrance, guys. It's so good. Now the one I like is because this is just really like the definition of an effortless fragrance. You can literally wear this anywhere. You can wear this to work, you can wear this to the theater, you can wear this on a date, you can wear this in the morning, you could even probably wear this in the evening. I'd say this is more evening casual, but you can layer this with other fragrances to brighten them up. This is really like a pretty utilitarian workhorse of a fragrance. It does a lot, which is why I got the giant bottle of it. Now, what else I like about this fragrance is it does Clementine correctly. It doesn't smell like a juvenile body mist. Now, you guys hear me compare fragrances to body mist a lot. I am not knocking body mists. I love my body mists. I have a bunch of them, and I think that they're very appropriate. But when you're spending a specific amount of money on a perfume like this, you know these aren't cheap. You want to smell like you spent this amount of money. You don't want to smell overly synthetic or overtly alcohol or have the fragrance wear away after like an hour. You want the quality for what you paid for. Now, it's awesome when body mists perform a lot better than other body mists. That's superb. But with fragrances, to me, I want them to smell and perform like other fragrances. An example to me is like if I'm comparing, like I don't want a glass of wine to be like grape juice. To me, body mists are kind of like grapes and grape juices, and fragrances are like wine. Grape juice is awesome and delicious, and I love like grape juice. It's so delicious, but I really like wine. I don't want my wine to taste like grape juice, and I don't want my grape juice to taste like wine, although sometimes I wouldn't care. it's kind of like that's the comparison to me. So if I'm comparing a fragrance, it's like if you have a bottle of wine and it tastes like grape juice, like why? You want it to be wine. You want the experience of what you're paying for, which is the longevity, which is the quality of ingredients, which is just how it performs on your skin throughout the entire day. And that's what I love about Atelier Cologne, Clementine, California, also Orange Sanguine, and Bergamot Soleil. This kind of falls in the same category, but this specific video I'm talking about Clementine, California, is that this is very refreshing. It's very easy to wear. It's a perfect fragrance for when it's hot because it's going to cut through the heat. It's energizing, it's beautiful, and it just smells perfect for what it is, which is a very juicy fragrance without smelling like juice. It's not juvenile, it's youthful and definitely unisex, so anyone could wear this, and I really love it for that, and I've really been enjoying wearing this. I realize I get really talky in my videos. Like I'm gonna sit down, do a 5-minute video, and then it's like 25 minutes later. So if you guys don't mind me talking a lot about these things, let me know below. Or if you think I should start shortening my videos and not talking as much, let me know below. But these are the favorite fragrances that I've just been wearing a lot this January. I just really been enjoying them. I've been wearing them just sitting around the house or going out. It's just been hot and humid in Florida. Today is the first day where it was below 80 degrees. It actually was 51 degrees today. That's why I'm wearing a sweater. And it's just surprising to me that we even got a tiny bit of coolness. It's really nice and kind of novel, like we're not used to it as Floridians. It gets below like 70 degrees and we bring out the hats and the sweaters and the scarves and the boots. And then there's people who are like from Canada or up north who are walking around in like shorts and tank tops looking at all the like native Floridians like we're crazy. Like this is gorgeous weather and we're freezing and shivering and bundled up. So I really like these fragrances for the month of January because it's just been so incredibly hot and humid, and these have just cut through that and brightened up my entire month, and it's been fantastic. Okay, later on this evening or within a few hours, my favorite items for January, which will be my skincare and beauty items, makeup, will be up. So if you're excited about that, it'll be up soon. But I hope you liked this video with these fragrances as I'm making silly hand gestures as I normally do. If you like videos like this, guys, specifically my fragrance videos, give this video a thumbs up. Lets me know to continue doing videos like this, specifically fragrance videos. Also, don't forget to subscribe because it's free and I'm free. And I put out new videos every Monday through Friday and sometimes on the weekends as well. So I'll always have something for you to watch. In any case, I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and have a great day, month, year, whatever. And I'll see you next time.